KFTV Dragon News.
Good morning, I am Maddie Dean. This is the 11th episode of Season 4 of KFTV Dragon News for this year.
In the news this week, we'll have another SD mystery, learn about 5 facts from Alberto, hear some jokes, and more.
That's right, we have plenty of things to share.
Although it's a little late, we'd like to give a shout out to Miss Rochelle Yeager, our PTO president, and her helpers for organizing our Christmas store.
I can't believe how cool and affordable the items were. You made a lot of people happy, Miss Rochelle. I heard that we made a lot of money, and the money gets used for things that benefit us. Thanks again.
For the week of January 18th through January 24th, we'd like to say happy birthday to the following dragons.
Happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone! Next up is weather. Today reporting the weather, we have reporter Josh.
Any rain in sight for Elk Grove next week?
Hey Fighter Dragons, the weather has been awesome in Elk Grove. The lows are pretty chilly with the temperature being in the low 30s and the high are in the 60s. No rain in sight. Make use of these beautiful days going on a hike, maybe a picnic, or just going to the park. See ya!
Thanks Josh for reporting on the weather.
Next up is our KFTV Promo. Check out what day we'll be celebrating next week.
Are you feeling nice? Well, on January 24th is National Compliment Day. So go compliment someone. A compliment can really make a person's day. We will be interviewing some of you guys. And you can compliment someone in the next episode. Don't only compliment about look, but also compliment on character. For example, you're a really responsible person. Bye, dragons.
So January 24th is National Compliment Day? How awesome is that? I don't think I'll even wait till then. I'd like to compliment you on your first time anchoring, Maddie. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, Grace. And I'd like to compliment you on being such an organized, helpful team leader.
Now it's your turn, dragons. Think of someone you'd like to compliment, and we can read the compliment on KFTV, or maybe even interview you. Remember, it must be sincere.
Now it's time for our 5 facts.
5 facts about Mexico. Mexico has the largest pyramid in the world. Chihuahuas originated from Mexico. Mexico's real name is Estados Unidos Mexicano. Mexico's capital is sinking every year. Dahlias are Mexico's national flower. Those are 5 facts about Mexico.
Now it's time for the how-to with Grace Murphy.
Hi, I'm Grace Murphy from KFTV Dragon News. Today I'll be showing you how to make an origami bird. First you'll need a pair of scissors and a piece of paper. You can use whatever color you want. I'm just using green. First thing you want to do is turn it into a square by simply folding it over until it's pointed at the top, and you'll just cut off the excess. If you find that it's a little off, it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. You can just set this piece off to the side. You can keep it in a triangle like this. Just have the point facing towards you. Fold it upward so that it looks sort of like this. Then you'll flip it over and fold it up again so that the crease is around the middle. Like that. Now you'll take the triangle and you'll open it up so that it looks similar to this. Then you'll want to fold your paper in half vertically. Now you can simply fold the wings over like this. Now you flip it over, and if you want to make it a beak, you take the top and just sort of push it in and then pull it out of it. And there you have a bird.
A story about Martin Luther King Jr. This is a story about Martin Luther King Jr. by Joshua Allen. Who is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? He is known around the world as one of the most significant leaders of the civil rights movement. In the 1950s and 1960s, King and many others fought to end racial segregation, separate public facilities for blacks and whites in the southern United States, and discrimination against African Americans. When and how was Dr. King born? On January 15, 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, the son of a Baptist minister. King received a doctorate degree in theology and in 1955 helped organize the first major protest in the African American civil rights movement, the successful Montgomery bus boycott. What did Dr. King do to change the world? As the leader of the nonviolent civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, Martin Luther King Jr. traversed the country in his quest for freedom. His involvement in the movement began during the bus boycott of 1955 and was ended by an assassin's bullet in 1968. What are Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s achievements? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a lot of accomplishments. He led the Montgomery bus boycott. He led the Birmingham campaign. He was instrumental in organizing the Great March on Washington. His speech intensified the civil rights movement. King was Time Magazine's Man of the Year in 1963.
Ready for a chuckle? I am. Let's hear George, Alberto, and Mac tell us a few jokes.
Hello, my name is Alberto Sanchez. This is the KFTV Joke Box. I'm here with George Williams and Mackenzie Fernandez. Let's see if we can make us laugh.
This joke is from Adriana Dawn from Miss Murphy's class. How did the farmer find his lost cow? He tracked her down.
But it's...
This is from Alyssa and Miss Merrill's 4th grade class. Why did the kids throw the clock out the window? He wanted to see time fly by.
This joke is from Nathan Araria from Mrs. Merrill's class in 3rd grade. What is Beethoven's favorite food? Banana. That's it for the KFTV Joke Box. Bye.
This week's SD Mystery has to do with some candy in a truck. Let's check it out.
Hi everyone, welcome to an estimate mystery. I'm Amy, and your job is to try to estimate the number of candy pieces in the truck. Make an estimate now.
You may want to pause the video after each clue to give you time to think. Clue 1. There are more than 20 pieces of candy. Clue number 2. The answer is a prime number, which means it has only 2 factors, one in itself. Clue number 3. There was not a 9 in the answer. Here's the final clue. The number of candy pieces above the truck represents one of the digits in the answer. Do you think you have it?
If your estimate is 23, you are correct. We hope you enjoyed our estimate mystery.
Now it's time for our mystery guest. be interviewing Miss Diamond. What grade do you teach?
I teach a combination of 4th and 5th grade.
Nice. How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching about 17 years now.
That's a long time.
Yes, it must seem that.
What did you do before teaching?
I was in private industry. I worked for a company you might have heard of, AT&T. I was a national sales manager, and I also managed groups of people.
Cool. And why did you want to be a teacher?
Oh, why did I want to be a teacher? Well, I have to be very honest, because I thought about this when I thought about the interview. I lost my daughter to cancer, and I couldn't save her. And I'm not saying that I can save other kids, but I wanted to see at least some type of happy outcome through working with children. And I love being with children. I love being at Fikert. I think it's an awesome community.
That's very sad. What do you like to do on your spare time other than teaching?
Well, I have 3 dogs that keep me busy, and I love to read. I have a wonderful family. I have 3, of course, beautiful grandchildren, and being with them gives me great pleasure.
That's nice. What is your favorite subject to teach?
I would say literature, but I really don't have a favorite, because helping my students understand math, it's a challenge that I really enjoy.
What do you like about being at Fikert?
Well, as I said earlier, it's a wonderful community, terrific, dedicated teachers, a great principal, and I feel very fortunate to be here.
Anything that you would like to say?
There's a lot I would like to say. I don't think you have time. But I just think it's wonderful what all of you are doing and the skills that you are learning, and I'm delighted to be sitting here with you.
That's nice. All right.
Okay?
Okay. Now it's time for a Science Minute.
Hello, I'm Kendall, and last week Julian showed you this model of the solar system. It would be very difficult to create a plastic model of our solar system that shows correct proportionate distances between the planets. In Miss Ville's class, we made a scale model of the sun and planets that showed proportionate distances between each of them. Scientists measure distances in the universe by an astronomical unit. An astronomical unit is the distance between the sun and the earth, which is almost 93 million miles. We made our drawing with a scale of 1 astronomical unit equals 20 centimeters. Using this scale, we drew our planets on an adding machine tape. Here are our first 4 rocky planets. They are relatively close to each other and the sun. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The gas planets are spread apart and much greater distance from Jupiter and this far away from the sun. Then comes Saturn, followed by Uranus and Neptune. This is really going to surprise you. Based on our ratio, 20 centimeters equals 1 astronomical unit. Neptune is 1 AU, or 600 centimeters from the sun. Hope you enjoyed this Science Minute. Next week, you will hear from OSOS in Mr. P's class and see their skill model.
Now it's time for the fabulous faces of Fikert.
news for today.
Have a nice week, and let's remember that dragons are kind, safe, and responsible. This is KFTV Dragon News signing off.